Hey guys, it's Sid. I just thought this week again I'd share something cool that I learned that will probably, well, it's making my life a little bit easier, and I hope it does the same for you. It's one thing I missed this week while working with JavaScript were the great, enumerables and iterators that we had while working with Ruby. And there's a great actually the DBC actually provided us with a great README this week in our readings for how to create the each, map, select, and max methods in JavaScript. They don't, obviously they don't automatically come with JavaScript, but it is pretty simple to implement them using just a few lines of code. Well, it is still a few lines of code that we have to either memorize or, figure out every time, and it wastes time and effort every time we're coding. If we want an each method, I've got to remember this or type this out every time. So, figured out a way that we can save these few lines of code to commands in Sublime and just pull them every time we need. So we're going to do something for each, but I'm going to implement each in Sublime really quickly, and you can actually do the same for map and select and max. So anyway, so the each method, right? So 4 lines of code, probably take you about 30 seconds to type out. How about we save those 30 seconds? So we will be using package control to install packages onto into Sublime. If you don't have package control installed, you just go to this website, packagecontrol.io. Install now, and this is just a little bit of code for Sublime Text 2 or 3, depending on what you have. A little bit of code you have to copy into the Sublime console. And the instructions are right here in the installation on how to really go about installing it. Once it is installed, though, you just switch over to Sublime. And the first thing you'll need to do is pop open the command palette, which is Command Shift P. And once you're in the command palette, you want to install packages. Install package. And it works by fuzzy search. If you just start typing install, it should pop up. You just want the regular install package, press enter. And now package control automatically pops up all the packages that are available for install. The one we want to install today is called NetTuts Fetch. And if you just start typing fetch again, it'll just pop up at the top. So you want this first one, NetTuts Fetch plus fetch. You just press enter. And you'll see at the bottom it says NetTuts Fetch is successfully installed. Now, how do we go about working with Fetch? What Fetch does is, if you've got little snippets of code you've saved in GitHub as a gist or as a package in or as a file in a repo, Fetch will go grab that code for you and put it into your whatever you're working on, whatever document you're working on. So in order to do that, we have to first map these little bits of code to different fetches, I guess they're called. To do that, you just go back into the command palette, Command Shift P, type in fetch, and you'll see these will pop up: fetch file, fetch manage, and fetch package. What we want to do is fetch manage. Okay. Yours might look a little different. I have my blog template saved as a file to pull. Yours might be blank. I'm not really sure. But mostly what happens is you get 2 different things. You get files and packages. We'll just be working with files today. I'm not really sure how packages work yet, but I guess that's for the future. So first, we add a comma to the end. All these need to be commaed. And then we create a name for our our fetch. So I'm going to use this for each, so I'm going to create one called JavaScript JS each. Everything needs to be in quotes, colon. Now we go back. So I have created a bunch of gists, and these are basically just the cool methods, the JavaScript code they gave us for each method, copied and pasted into a gist, and saved. These are all public gists, so by all means you can just use mine, or you can save your own public gists and fetch from them. The JS min function is basically the same as the JS map function with a greater than turned into a less than. Now, I want the each, so I've saved it right here. You go into JS each, and you want the raw version of that code. All you need is the URL. Once you grab that URL, you switch back into Sublime and paste it. So now I've got a new line in my JavaScript object. I'm not really sure if this is a JavaScript, but I've got a new line in my object. It's a JS each as a title and the URL of that gist from GitHub. Once I save this, close this out. Now, when I'm coding away, this is just a blank JavaScript I've opened up. I'm coding away, and now I want to do something that needs an each method. I would go back into my command palette, Command-Shift-P, fetch. I do fetch file this time. Once I fetch file, you see it's right there, JS each. Once I press enter on JS each, boom, my code automatically gets pulled in. As you can see, it's pretty simple once you get started. That was for each. You can do the same for map and select, and max and min. Yeah, so I hope that's really helpful. The URLs for all my gists I will add into the description of this video. And yeah, I hope you enjoy, and I hope you find this helpful. Have a good one.